Okay, welcome back, guys.
It's arena time.
Oh, we're doing this, and John wanted to continue talking about Thief instead of risking his life in the battle arena.
Yeah, so our expert Ratchet and Clank, super experienced here. Oh, look at this.
Well, yeah, we gotta be in disguise.
Oh, okay.
There's my guy.
Join me in welcoming our guest of honor, your Cragmite Overlord and my new best friend, Emperor Tachyon.
What a traitor.
I'm gonna look this up. I think tachyon means fish. I'm gonna look up the etymology on this one. You said something, right?
Yeah, it's a space and time.
Battle begin!
Okay. First battle arena. And I think Predator launcher pretty good in this situation.
Okay, so tachyon actually derives from tachus, which means speed. Or speedy.
Okay. This needs to be.
I guess Emperor Tachyon is a speedy guy.
Ah.
Either that or he was misnamed. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Ratchet and Clank to misname a.
I don't know. It's a cool name. I swear it had something to do with space and time.
I mean, there are particles that are named tachyon particles, but that's because they're fast particles.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Fast particles, space and time. That's right. Space and time. I knew it. I know it has something. I know it. Come on, I feel it. I feel it. You're making me double guess myself now. I don't like that.
I wonder what I was thinking about with the fish. I thought it was related to a fish somehow, but yeah, I might have been wrong with that.
John, I thought you were right about everything.
Well, I
thought you were never.
it.
I thought you were never wrong.
I definitely act like it. I remember these arenas used to be so. I only played one Ratchet and Clank game before this one, and I remember these arenas got so difficult.
They can be. Like there's I think it's in the third one where there's a 100 round arena battle and you get, I think it's a gold bolt or something at the end. That one's pretty hard. It gets pretty ridiculous at the end. So challenge complete.
Nice, very good. Did you ever play Borderlands or the Borderlands games at all?
That was the big game in college, that's for sure. I watched a lot of people play some Borderlands.
Borderlands.
I decided
2
to get
incredible.
other games. That wasn't Borderlands.
Man. Borderlands 2 was just one of the funniest games I've ever played. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I tend to not like new games so much. I have a tough time
finding
games. What's that?
Oh, I so can. Look at him go. Alright, probably attack him.
I appreciate your sportsmanship and just letting him dance.
He had some good moves. I was feeling it for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a difficult time. It's like all the games that people like tend to really be in love with or whatever are games I usually delete them after 20 minutes. I just can't do it. Like Witcher 2, I tried to play that game. And Witcher 3 was apparently the best game of the year, according to a lot of people. And if it's anything like Witcher 2, I probably just wouldn't like it.
Oh boy.
You can get blown off the side.
Yeah, I got hit a few times.
Looks like you got him though. I think he's dead, right? He's got no health left.
I wanted to kill him with that.
With the Confuzzler gas?
Eh, get him down. Bang, he's dead. I won the health pods.
What are helipods?
We're gonna find out.
I guess there's something necessary.
Congratulations! You remind me of me when I was a young fighter. Only shorter and less strapping.
Quark, do you mind telling us what you're doing working for Tachyon?
Oh, just a little thing I like to call saving the universe.
At least he's humble about it.
There I was.
I mean, when you're as great as I am.
Yeah.
On the brink of certain death, staring into the icy precipice of the inevitable, I knew I had to take action. I engaged my foes, channeling days of kung fu classes and dispatching my crouching kitten style with lethal precision. But alas, these rock-hard pecs and unbridled machismo can only hold out for so long. After destroying 2,000 of them, a lucky shot rendered me unconscious. For the safety of the good citizens of Kurwan, I swore allegiance to Tachion's army and became his confidant.
I believe
Which
him.
means you used your powers as a world-class suck-up to save your own hide.
Little column A, little column B. Here,
Yeah,
take
Ratchet,
this.
don't be so negative
It'll
about Quark.
explain everything. The optical relay is damaged, but maybe you can find a ship to play it on.
Great! Quit messing around and get over here. I have boils that require lancing.
Oh, gross.
Coming, Your Excellence. Pray for me.
Wait, so how is he going to save the universe?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think...
So there's a timed one. Nubius Maximus.
I mean, these go by pretty quick, but... I mean, we're just gonna win bolts, so... I'm just gonna exit.
This door can be opened using your newly
Okay.
acquired helipods.
Unless you want to give
Fire
one a try.
helipod
Yes.
at the loop target
It's
to
all
try
you.
it out.
So... this thing... Yeah, there we go. Oops.
You were supposed to be on that, weren't you?
I'm good at Ratchet and Clank.
And I just have to wait for it to come down, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, I made an oopsie. Alright, friendship.
Completing
And
arena
they just get
challenges is
shot.
an effective way to win bolts and prizes. Returning gladiators are always welcome.
Okay. Next planet.
Next planet.
I'm excited. You want to hit the start of the
All
planet?
right. Let's
Me,
find
it's
out
all
what
you.
Tachyon's
It's all me?
up to.
Yeah.
Well, you were still going to talk more about Thief, weren't you?
Yeah. I suppose so. New ideas. What does Thief bring to
Does your life lack a sense of purpose? Do you constantly worry about finding steady income?
I
Do
kinda
you
do.
like killing stuff?
Yes.
Then
Love
join
killing
the
stuff.
Imperial
Do you not know who I
Army and
am?
aid me in my humble quest for galactic domination. Here you'll travel to new places, meet interesting people, and
I'm convinced.
execute them in the name of...
Hold up.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you
So
just
something
say
about
there could
Thief.
be interesting people?
Or do we actually
Why,
want
yes, I did,
Maybe we should
celebrity
do
hero
this.
Captain Quark.
These cutscenes are
That
always pretty
sounds
funny, so...
terrific. Tell me more.
It's simple. Somewhere in this galaxy is the filthy Lombax secret responsible for the Kragmite defeat. As an official Tachyon trooper, your job will be to ravage every planet until it is found. Leave no stone unturned, no rebel spared. Exterminate anyone who stands in your way. All for a tidy salary and competitive benefits package.
Wow. All that and travel too?
Indeed. Take the Nundak asteroid ring, for example. Our spies have learned that the secret
You ever
may
watch
be
a lot of
hidden
Doctor
on
Who?
this remote moon
No.
base. If you
No,
sign up
he
by
sounds a
tonight,
lot
you
like-
can join in on the raid.
A Dalek.
Tachyon is an equal opportunity
a
oppressor.
Dalek?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's a bad guy.
So it's like the main enemy in Doctor Who.
Do you
One,
think this
one of them
Lombax
anyways.
secret
And
could be the weapon used
it's
to
got this like
vaporize the
voice
Kragmite?
box kind of trash
Whatever it
can
is,
sound.
we need to get
That's
to
kind
it
of what
before
Tachyon
Tachyon
sounds
does.
like to me.
So I guess you're a big Doctor Who fan?
I am a big Doctor Who fan. I've actually seen every episode.
Every episode. Are the old ones worth going back and watching?
So not all of them are, but like my favorite episodes probably stem from the late 60s, early 70s. From the second to the fourth Doctor.
The second to the fourth Doctor.
Yeah. A lot of people like the David Tennant. That's more of the quote-unquote newer stuff. I mean, the show's been around since the 60s. So
Right.
you can just imagine.
It's British TV for you.
Yeah. It definitely has its humor. Generated by the decades it came out in.
Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
so it's pretty entertaining. The show actually started off as like a history show.
Okay.
Yeah. So like a lot of the earlier episodes with
This
the
must
first
be the
Doctor
transport to the
was kind of
station.
like a
But how do
history
we get the
lesson.
launch code?
Going back to Aztecs, going back to that, going back to this.
And so they actually learned a lot about that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Why
and
should
then the
we
show
trust
wasn't
you?
doing so
You
well, so then they
rejected us
started
into
going
space.
kind of more sci-fi,
Apologies, my friend. Tell you what,
and
allow
the show
us
just
to
took off from
make it
there.
up to you.
Some space
Crazy.
pirates from
Yeah.
Ardolis have offered us bolts for Leviathan souls. Why, if you were to go and fetch some for us, we would happily give you the launch code.
Climax has a death wish.
All right.
So you're off to get more bolts. The eternal quest.
No,
of,
I need.
yellow foxy dude.
Wait. Oh, how many Leviathan souls do I need?
Well, thank you kindly, friend. Transport vessel's primed and ready. You all take care now.
Oh,
Is that what you're supposed to do? You're just supposed to sell this?
well, we already had 3.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
get out there and find some souls.
Okay. So we need more souls. That's fine. So this is kind of just a battle arena itself in a way.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
go
So I'm just going to these things and killing the big bloaty monsters.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Alright, so while you kill the bloaty monsters, I'll tell you some of the crazy stuff about Thief that I've introduced. And a lot of these things are things we take for granted now, but Thief is really one of the games that actually introduced them.
Yeah, keep going. You know a lot about them.
Yeah.
A lot about the franchise. It's one of your favorites, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something that was never really explored in first-person shooters before then was the use of sound. And mostly sound was just gimmicks. It's just what you put in there just to, like, you know, okay, so you just shot the guy. If it's a big alien, let's have it give a big squishy sound, because that's kind of funny to hear. And it was stuff like that. Let's have the explosions and everything. Thief was the first game to actually integrate sound into the gameplay in a really serious way.
How?
Like, so you're basically, yeah, so like, for example, you always have to look at what type of floor you're about to walk on.
Right.
Because if you're walking on a metal grate, well, that's going to make a lot more sound than if it's a carpet. And wood was kind of like in the middle. It was like the middle one. And, you know, if you're walking on actual dirt, then that was pretty safe too. But, so you always, and so that would dictate how you would actually behave is what you're going to walk on. And if you're making if you're throwing stuff around the room, as you could do often, because all the items were, you could pick up most items in the game. And if you didn't like it, if it wasn't worth keeping, then you'd have to drop it at some point. And if you drop it in the wrong spot, well, it lands with a clank, and, you know, people can hear that. So that's one of the things that guards would pay attention to, is how much sound you are making.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I do remember that about just in general the Thief franchise started.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't. Oh. All right, never mind. I just got an email.
All right.
Yeah, I'm dual phoning it for work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because Texas is on a different time zone, so everybody's wide awake right now.
No, it was Toronto emails.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it is on a different time zone. It's an hour back, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only an hour though.
Oh man, I got a gold bolt, and I wasn't even doing it on purpose.
You gotta remind me, what do those things do again? Those gold bolts?
You know, I've said it a few times now, and now I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure about it anymore. I believe it's just to get extra stuff.
Right. It's just.
Yeah, it's because the hollow plans get you the good gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they do something
Oops.
good. I'm sure there's a point to getting them.
I think if you play through the game again, the gold bolts perform
That was
upgrades.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do it again?
Do I have enough now?
Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, am I done
Okay.
already?
Yeah, I used to belong to an explorer named Max Apogee. Nobody's seen him in ages. Rumor is it's been taken over by 2 fierce warbots, bloodthirsty warriors from the days of the Great War.
Yeah, I mean, another thing to consider is that Thief had only been out for a few years. You know, a few years before Thief was out, they hadn't even figured out how to do the Y-axis. Or the Z-axis, depending on how you describe it. Of 3D shooters, right?
Right.
Like Duke Nukem, you couldn't aim up. You couldn't do that.
Right.
It just, you put it on the right axis, and then the
Oh yeah, and
bullets
then
would...
the closest thing was Metroid, where you had to hold a shoulder stick and aim diagonally.
There you go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. GoldenEye, you could aim up, and that was one of the first major games to do that. Where they actually integrated the whole, height axis.
I see.
I mean, Duke Nukem you could shoot up, but you basically put it on the same axis at the same plane, and the bullets automatically just shot up towards wherever the target was. It would recognize that there was a target there, and then it would just automatically correct it for that, which was kind of weird, but that's what it was.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so Thief had a... so, I mean, even that's what Thief was kind of walking into, right? But, you know, imagine if I told you that... Oh, look at this crap. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is kind of a mind bender.
Oh my god. Who designed this? Who designed the space station? MC Escher.
Speaking of like MC Escher, there's a... Okay, so I have an Ouya. I'm not embarrassed to say it.
Okay.
I was a supporter of the indie game like craze that's going on. And I love the indie games, but yeah, I'm totally interrupting your interesting thing. But there's a game on the Ouya that's... The whole puzzle is based off like kind of an MC Escher painting. All the puzzles are kind of like based off those paintings. It's crazy. You cannot think in 2 or 3 dimensions. You have to think in like 8. I know that's not a thing, but you get it? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Yeah, I know there are a few there've been a few of those indie games that just kind of really played with yeah, they make you do all these like mind twisters.
Yeah. So we'll be playing some Wii games eventually, because it does have their multiplayer fun.
Right.
Yeah. It just didn't take off the way the potential had it.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, so much of it comes down to like
much like the succession of Thief.
Well, I mean, marketing is a whole different thing than like producing, right? It's a whole different discipline.
Right.
And you can make the best thing in the world, and then, you know, doesn't mean that everybody's going to buy it or whatever.
Oh, God. No. Oh, no.
Oh, is this death?
Oh, I died. I thought I could make it. That didn't take me back too far.
Yeah, thank goodness. I hate it when games do that.
It punished me enough, I feel.
Yep. Get to redo a little bit of it. And your gravity boots are always keeping you onto these things.
I have excellent gravity boots.
Okay, but let me ask you about just like...
Shit!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I did it again!
Wow.
I am bad at video games.
Well, this is just platforming, right? This is just the old... This is the tried and true. This is what people died at doing in Mario, right?
Yeah.
It's
right.
the jumping puzzles. And you know what? One of the big criticisms I have for Half-Life, a lot of people did, is that there were just so many jumping puzzles in it. Which is strange for a shooter, but that's what Half-Life was. It was a lot of jumping puzzles.
You know, it's... Okay. So I'm not doing that again. Haha!
There you go.
Not doing it 3 times.
Now we're in the central hub of this giant drill point.
Gotta get my bolts.
Gotta enter the shaft.
Enter the shaft.
There you go.
Oh yeah! The Lombak secret is ours. Let's grab it and get out of here before Tachyon sends his armies in.
Okay. Apogee Space Station.
Crazy.
What can we do you for?
What should we upgrade? Ooh, definitely this.
Is that the one that you use the most?
I do use it, so we definitely need more ammo. More damage. More damage. More missiles.
Is this the one that shoots out those guys that charge people?
Yeah.
There you go. So much raritanium. You can just buy everything. Oh, this is the guy. These are the guys that.
This
charge
is the
people.
guy. He's a lot. Done.
Okay, so you got the full. What's that last one do?
Proximity sensor.
Detect and attack enemy targets from farther away. Okay.
Yeah. So that's complete.
Shard
Shard Reaper is very useful, so we'll do that. More damage. More damage. Faster shooting. Wider shot. More damage. More ammo.
You seem to know
Yeah,
what you
why
want.
not?
And that's
That's
it.
it. just, I guess we can run this one a little bit longer. Why
Yeah.
not?
Well, let me ask you. So, put yourselves back in the mid '90s, and then let's say that you're about to create a bow weapon for a game, a weapon that's basically a bow. And so, how would you expect this weapon to operate? Like, what do you press, and what does it do?
Aims and shoots.
And that's pretty much the way every single bow weapon worked at that time, right? You aim, you shoot. Thief, it was different. Thief, you hold down for how hard you want it to go, but it also arced in a really weird way. So the arrows actually had some serious arc to them. But then also,
So they kind of had like a wind and gravity resistance kind of deal.
yeah, that too. Yeah, absolutely. But then also with Thief, you know how so much depends on timing. It depends on, like, you know, just waiting for the perfect moment.
Right.
So you hold down your bow, and you hold it down a little bit to get some power out of it. But if you hold it down too long, his arm starts shaking because he can't just keep that pressure up
Oh
in
wow.
his arm. And your aim starts kind of going off, and before you know it, he has to put the bow down for a second, and then take a second to bring it back up again. It was just such a realistic way to actually design a bow.
Oh god.
weapon. Are you gonna survive this?
Oh man. Oh no.
You can do it.
Ah.
There, see, there you go.
Ah. I
Okay.
died. All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for.
Okay,
the
are we
episode.
done?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
gonna go until, but, man. Yeah. Thanks again for joining us.
Yep.
I mean, your thief talk is very pristine. It's pristine. I'm loving it.
Okay.
Yeah. But, man, Apogee Space Station, it's getting the best of us. So, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think of Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
Tell us what you think of Thief. Talking about one game over another game.
That's a good idea, I think.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.